this is a moment where ACLS is really playing a leadership role in collaboration with other organizations in trying to defend the place of the humanities in our society. So ACLS gives a voice to concerns that have to do with the future of higher education. The importance of the humanities and the social sciences today is that these disciplines are having an extremely important role in producing meaning, in providing us information on the history of groups, on our sense of collective identity. We study all kinds of processes. For instance, I'm a cultural sociologist. I study how boundaries between groups can be made more or less permeable. You know, if you think about the work of historians who are, over the last few years, have redefined American history, centering it in part on the history of slavery and how this notion of American exceptionalism was in part made possible by the fact that many members of our society were not paid for their work. So there's so many other dimensions. I have colleagues who have studied the conditions under which Latin America and Europe have turned into authoritarianism, and what lessons we can take from this understanding to capture what's happening in the US today. So we study a lot of topics that are absolutely essential to the health of our society. And we also collaborate with the sciences. We can also talk about what's happening at the more humanistic end of the spectrum, the work of comparative literature, for instance, that is looking at transnational currents, the influence of European culture on Latin America. So it's really, we cover so much terrain that really help us understand how human beings live together and how we can create better societies. I published a book in 2009 titled How Professors Think, for which I interviewed people who served on a fellowship competition across a number of organizations. One of them was ACLS. And what struck me at that time, I interviewed 85 people who serve on funding panels. And to me, ACLS really stood for the fact that it could recognize a plurality of types of excellence. The work that was funded ranged from disciplines such as philosophy to political science and economics. And the culture of evaluation that prevailed at this ACLS was really to allow each discipline to shine under their own lights. And to me, this is absolutely essential, to the extent that the reality that we're considering is truly multidimensional, and different disciplines bring different tools for understanding different aspects of reality.